Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Molly.
And welcome to another edition of Remodel Your Thinking.
So Remodel Your Thinking, if you haven't seen this before, is a way that we can educate you about the world of remodeling, which we're in every day, all day, and just to give you some tips and things to take away if you're planning your own remodel in the future. So today we're talking about communications and how it is so key and so important to not only relationships, but
I have no idea what she's talking about.
Your remodeling project, because it's important for you to have a good communication process or established between you and your contractor and you. So the first thing that we do is we always want to make sure that we know what is the best way to communicate with you. And in this day and age,
texting, email, cell phone. So really everyone's kind of different. A lot of our clients are physicians and they're with patients all day. So they can't necessarily take a call, but they can look at a text real quick right in between seeing patients.
Right.
So we establish that line first, or we send an email that's really more extensive and we say, here, send a text, check your email. So that way at least we know the best way to communicate with a client.
Right, so establishing the best way to communicate with you is first and foremost, and then when we get into the actual construction of the project, we have progress meetings, which are every 2 weeks, and those are in person at your home with you. And then progress meetings are
kind of like a walkthrough. You've heard of walkthrough at the end of a project. Our progress meetings are almost like a mini walkthrough every time. And so we look at things, we even talk about stuff that's a lot easier to talk about on site rather than lost in translation through an email or a text. So it's a very visual thing.
So we talk about what's coming up in the next 2 weeks. Also talking about maybe there's some decisions that we need to make that day in moving forward. It could be finalizing a paint color, locations of
plugs or outlets,
things like that. So there's always a lot of decisions that need to be made or reviewed. And and so those are great things that we can do with you in person. And it's really good FaceTime, because if you have any concerns or questions, we can address it right then and there and to moving forward.
Right.
So, and the thing is, we have the progress meetings every couple weeks, but we're still communicating with you on a daily basis. So, you're always going to be informed. And then, I mean, we just feel like it's really...
We don't live in the Stone Ages anymore.
Yeah.
So, a text, an email is kind of easy to get a hold of your contractor. There's no excuse for the contractor not calling you back. And really, from a contractor's point of view, there's no excuse for the homeowner not to communicate with you when they need something as well. So it's a two-way street for contractors and homeowners to communicate with each other and know that each other is available.
Right.
After that, after the process or the project is done, then we move on to after the project, which is a communication. How's it going? Is everything working like you want it to work?
Follow-up.
Also make sure they're aware of the warranties that we offer, the 1, 2, 10, which is by law. So that way you still communicate afterwards and make sure everything's going as planned and things operate as they want them to operate.
So we'll check in with you from time to time, and we're not going to bother you or anything. We're just making sure it's all going great. So that way, from very beginning all the way to the very end, and then even after the project's over with, there's always some sort of line of communication. In fact, that's probably one of the biggest reasons we'll get phone calls, is that someone might have had an experience in the past and they're saying, I couldn't get my contractor on the phone. I couldn't find the person. There was, a week went by and there was nothing going on, and I couldn't get a hold of this person. So you don't have to worry about that.
She has no problem talking.
we like to over communicate with you and at home.
Yes, she does.
There's that.
So hopefully that gave you a little bit of insight and how important communication is.
Yeah. So if you like what you saw, please share this with your friends, and please subscribe to our channel on our YouTube channel, and let everybody know and inform them too, because maybe they had a bad experience as well and they want to find somebody who wants to talk to them, communicate.
That's right. Thanks a lot.
So, see you next time.